Welcome one and all to another Marvel Heroes stream on a glorious Monday. That's right, we are here once again for some Midtown madness, amongst many other things. Today, and all this week, technically, we've got Operation Omega going. Wait, let me make certain that my Twitch is closed. Ha! See, I got it before I had a weird echo of my own voice. Go me. Now, we do have Operation Omega going on right now, which is very exciting. We'll get to see some cool stuff with that. I'm actually going to start with that, incidentally. But in the meantime, look at all my cool stuff. Look, I still have my PvP rewards in here because I was just too lazy to take them out, mostly. Today I've got some really interesting stuff planned as far as like little discussion topics and stuff like that. You don't have to worry. It's going to be really light. So don't worry. It's not going to make your brain hurt. At least I hope it doesn't make your brain hurt. If it does, I apologize. But either way, I'm very excited to go over some of it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But in the meantime, I'm just going to hop into the HoloSim because of the remote mission that we get from Agent Coulson here, so that I can get some of my, what's it called? You know the things. You know what I'm talking about.
So are you a robot or what?
Aww. Dun dun. The Omega drives. Omega files, not drives. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Now, is it just me, or is the whole Midtown / ICP thing not working anymore? I honestly haven't been paying too much attention to the forums in the last few days, so unfortunately I don't have a clue what all's going on with that. But it seems like stuff is just straight up gone now. I know that there was a lot of random things regarding the difficulty and all that kind of stuff. And I was one of the people who said it. I only said it on my stream. I didn't say it on the forums, unfortunately. But I mentioned it quite a few times on stream regarding the relatively ludicrous difficulty of the Cosmic Trials compared to what was really needed, in my opinion, obviously. Alright, while we're waiting, let's see if somebody's here. Huh? Hey, look, it's Revenant and Scooch! Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you both. And yes, Revenant, absolutely, it's the thing with the things that you use to get the things. I mean, you know where I'm coming from. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I mean. I'm going to wait a little bit to start discussing all the random things I was thinking about today. Not all of the random things, but some of them. Basically because of some of the stuff I have been paying attention to on the forums. But for now, we will take Sentinels apart. Now what I want to know is why is it there's all those Sentinel parts, but I can't pick them up? Because I have to wait for, I guess maybe it's like a non-blown up, what's it called? Like torso or head or whatever. But it just seems like a poor decision. Run, civilians! Run, be free! Well, by definition, it's not impenetrable if I penetrated it, brah. You need a dictionary. I'll introduce you to, what's his name? I can't remember the Weber dictionary guy now. Emmanuel Lewis. Wow, did I seriously just... wow. Okay. I had no idea that I would defeat him that quickly. It's quite shocking. But go me. Bob Testa is here as well. Excellent to see you. Good to have you. Alternate Warning. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while, Alternate Warning. Good to have you again. Or maybe you've just been quiet for like the last few times. Who else do we have? Herc's here, but hasn't said anything. And the Danny Evil. Danny Evil? We'll go with the evil Danny. Because it's like me, but the evil version. You're me with a goatee. That's what we'll say. But welcome, Evil Danny. Well, quit sleeping in, brah. If you would stop sleeping in, then, you know, you wouldn't have any problems. Just sitting there, you're being so lazy. Jeez, not cool. Incidentally, I'll announce it right now, and I'll do it again a few times throughout the stream today. But on Saturday, I'm actually going to be out of town, so I'll be streaming on Wednesday around this time. I'll be streaming on Wednesday instead of Saturday this week. So I'll still have 2, but unfortunately just won't have the Saturday one. Ranged and melee. I just love this. Like, if you add up all of my other stats, it's what, 11, 17, 18, 19, 20? I have 10 more intelligence than everything else combined. I'm super smart and nothing else. Although my fighting's not bad. Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be midweek Danny Madness, and it's going to be awesome. And you're all invited. And you should go, because it's going to be super cool. And everybody's going to be totes jelly. That's right, I said jelly. Get over it. Ready, go Groot! I never actually used that. The little make Groot roll attack thing. Once he's summoned, then that's what he does. But I just find it kind of pointless. But that's just me. Your own size. I find it ironic that the Frost Giants are telling me to pick on someone my own size when they're like 20 times as big as I am. Oh man, the holographic chest is all the way over there. Oh man. Hey, look, a Guardian's insignia. Let's see if it's worth anything. That's actually not terrible. But it's also not great. Mighty Barky Groot E Rangers. Yeah, you forgot Groot E. Duh. Although the problem is, it seems to me that he needs to do some kind of a transformation first. Although I do have the movie version. Maybe I could just swap costumes and make him the regular Groot. Or same thing with the team up. Have like the Christmas team up and change it. Sorry, holiday team up, and then change him to the regular Groot or the movie Groot. Then he's definitely a Morphin Groot. Ah! Why is there random fire there? There's no reason for it. But no, seriously, why is there random fire in the middle of the floor? It makes no sense. I'm scared. I'm cold and frightened. Arrgh! I win. And look! Herc's actually here, saying stuff. Yo, what's up, Herc? Good to see you. Good to have you with us. Hope that you all had a good rest of the weekend after Saturday. And at least a semi-reasonable Monday. But seeing as how it's Monday, I'm sure that it was terrible for most of you. I know for me, I was basically falling asleep at my desk towards the end. It was pretty sad because I was sitting at my desk and I was highlighting some papers and I had the highlighter in my hand and I would basically start nodding off and then I'd have like random little specks of highlighter all over my paper. I was like, God dang it. Stupid brain can't stay awake. That's right, I blame my brain. Oh, seriously, I don't want to defeat the dupe because they have terrible loot. I just want to get to the next thing so that I can die. And then everything will be happy. Really, dupe? You hiding in the corner there? Groot does... Well, yeah, he does the thing where he bulks up, but still... Gets like the little blah. Duped. I just love that there's an achievement called duped. Alright, hand ninjas. Bring it on! Oh, I can't defend against your wily tactics. Oh, no! Oh, dear. Whatever shall I do? Seriously, Groot is freaking owning these guys. No, seriously, I'm not doing anything. This is all Groot. Okay, there we go. Now they're finally hitting me. But not before he took out almost 100 guys just by himself. Hello? There we go. It's because I was invisible. They had no idea what was going on. Which is weird because they're ninjas. Oh no! I was defeated tragically. What a shame. I am so shamed.
This here is my booty.
It's your booty. Yes, of course. Groot freaking owns, man. Show those guys what was what. Alright, so let's check out this Midtown thing. Because I'm kind of confused. Tree for life. Yeah! Tree for life. Hey, look! Speaking of Groot. And see there? Yeah, tree for life. Huh? Hmm? Yeah, baby Groot. Baby Groot knows what's up. Of course you are, sweetie. Alright, let's see what we got going on with this cosmic trial thing. Because I'm very confused. Am I allowed in? Okay, we can still get in. Is it because the thing reset, so now I have to redo it? Get him. Ah! Okay, yes, I can return to the match. Thank you. You can go away now. Nobody cares. Seriously. Everybody's calling for Groot nerfs, man. What the fudge? Groot's awesome. You guys don't even know. But seriously, Groot's awesome. If you're playing as Rocket and you don't use Groot, then you're playing wrong. I'm just telling you right now, you are playing wrong. And you should be ashamed of you, yourself, and your family. I'm curious how much damage those missiles do to me, but at the same time I don't want to just die simply to see if I die. We do need fewer enemies, though. Groot was just like, I ain't getting nerfed. And so instead he's just like, what now? He just can't. He's like the only hero who comes out from a nerf better than before. Because he's Groot. Oh. Okay, so they can kill me pretty quick. Hey, at least that works now. Let's go back. We'll try it again. Shh. Don't tell anybody I lost. I mean, it was testing. Gah! Eat it! Alright. Are there any fun giveaways that we can do with Cosmic Trials? I don't think so. Doesn't seem like it. Because everybody knows what it is. It's boring. I guess we could do odds on how quick it's going to be. Nah, I don't know. We'll just wait for other cool stuff instead. See, look. I've only got 505. I don't know what to do with myself. I gotta get more. But I had to get like a whole bunch of other stuff. It was terrible. Just terrible. Being an adult is awful. For those of you who are still kids or consider yourself kids for whatever reason, don't stop. Don't be an adult. It's terrible. It's just awful. The only nice thing is that I'm still able to drink chocolate milk, and I'm a fan of that. But you just have so much responsibility. It's terrible. Hey, look, I defeated all the enemies. Technically. Oh, look, now I actually have the boss to defeat. And I still have bad guys chasing me. This is terrible. Eat some! Oh, here, that's what we'll do. Oh, dang. Don't kill me now. Better not kill me while I'm setting up a giveaway. You better not be like that. Don't play me like that, Madam Hydra. Also, why hasn't she summoned a bodyguard? Very confused. Alright. No! Ah! Oh, not cool, man. Totes not cool. Oh, seriously? Right as I use my signature, you gonna be like that? Fine, I don't care. Turret, stop shooting her. Turrets are dumb. Alright, alright. Okay, here we go. Trial is the key word with a capital T, because that's what we're doing right now. We're in the trial, and it's terrible. After I'm done with it, we'll go ahead and do a drawing. See if you can win yourself a big fancy giant, well, not giant, but a big and fancy Rift, Sif, or XP boost, whatever you wish. Oh, yeah, basically, the whole non-disposable income part is absolutely the worst, and that's the problem, because now I'm just like, aww, I'm so sad because I have all this cool stuff I want to do, but I can't do any of it. And it's terrible. Well, clearly it's not immortal if I just owned you, right? Just FYI. Trial, trial, trial. Everybody's trialing. So we all know Revenant's opinion about the trial system. He really hates it. What about you guys? What do the rest of you guys think about this? I'm really not a fan. I think that it's way too disadvantageous to certain types of characters and builds, personally. But what do you all think? Do you all have strong feelings one way or the other? Or are you neutral planet? Are you going all beige on me? Is that how you roll? What makes a man turn neutral? Yes, absolutely, alternate warning. Revenant is correct. Sif you can basically think of as the pink items. So, like, I mean, Eternity Splinter is not as much for it, but mostly stuff like runes are really the big things. So if you need runes, then you want Sif, basically. Tell my wife I said hello. Oh god, Futurama, I missed you. I missed you so much. Come back. We need you. Everything on TV is terrible. And yes, it is. It is Monday. For those of you who are just joining us, the key word right now is trial with a capital T. If you put in trial with a capital T, then you'll be entered to win your very own big, giant, shiny Rift, Sif, or XP giftable potion. You can pick, obviously. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically my feels too. I am absolutely on the same page as you there, alternate warning. It's, I can't stand it. A good portion of my heroes were cosmic capable in some form or another, assisted or unassisted slightly. But at the same time, it's just like, seriously, like this thing is just ridiculously unfair for a lot of different types of heroes. It really is. Like, it seems to me that it's virtually unbeatable with certain heroes. But that's just me. But I'm kind of crazy, so you probably shouldn't count me too intently. Oh, oh, seriously? I look at the screen for like 2 seconds and I die. Really? This is what happens. This is what happens. Ah, seriously? Seriously. Wow. Wow. That's not cool. And look, it's General Osif. Welcome, General Osif. And Yummy Meat. And our courage. Is that like the courage that a pirate has? Our courage. Seems like it is.
Well, excuse me for
Yeah.
my anger in a productive way.
Well, and see, this is the problem that I have. It's like there's these heroes that are really good in a lot of content, but like in the trial, they fail miserably. Like completely impossible. I mean, you guys saw me. Like I'm sitting here, I'm just like doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. I'm just like rocking my shiznit, but then bam, Red Skull hits me for like a second and a half, and I'm dead, and that's it. And you got, for those of you who weren't here on Saturday, I breezed through Red Muspelheim on my rocket. Actually, for the first time that I really successfully completed one easily. Before that, I hadn't even gotten to Surtur. But I mean, like, I've got solid gear, and you guys just saw how quickly I died with that. And it was just like, bleh, just dead. Nothing. No questions. No nothing. Just dead. And now, of course, I don't have my ultimate. Oh, great. Now they're going to kill me. No. It's terrible. Arc Orange? That's even lamer than Pirate Courage. I'm sticking with Pirate Courage. I don't care what you say. You don't know how to pronounce your own name. You don't know things. Don't pretend like you do. Yeah, that's basically the experience that I had, particularly with the ranged heroes. Simply because the ranged people tend to be a little bit squishier, but at the same time, you know, people like Scarlet Witch who have the really heavy crowd control stuff, they can pass through, well, not with ease, but compared to anybody else, like, I mean, Gambit's just not great, but I had a lot of trouble with Nightcrawler. Even Star-Lord I had a decent amount of trouble with. Oh, gee, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's so insane. Incidentally, we are still doing the giveaway, don't worry. I'm just waiting for Madam Hydra's bodyguard to go down. Because my turrets are kind of dumb, and they insist on shooting somebody who's in a bubble. They're not so smart. Well, I think that, well, for anybody, it really comes down to gear and omegas and, you know, all that stuff. And that's the point. But at the same time, it's just unfair for some people. It is absolutely ridiculously unfair. You can have a relatively badly geared Rocket Raccoon and breeze through this pretty easily. Not without trials and tribulations. But at the same time, you would be successful. Simply because he is generally built solely as a summoner. And so you can just melt most of these bad guys. Just literally. And, I mean, it's really not that difficult. Even stupid Squirrel Girl can do it. And that's just sad. Absolutely sad. And I think that's the biggest problem that I have is the differential between the different heroes and even amongst builds of a hero. The amount of success that you can have with this is you can have just like a totally random whatever build of certain heroes and get through it really easily, and you can have like an absolute decked out, you know, Genosha capable anything and still fail with comparative ease. It's absolutely pathetic. And that stupid Vulcan mech is still here. Well, I mean, if you saw my first couple of attempts there, I obviously died as Rocket, but he's the first, when I actually did it the first time successfully with Rocket, it was actually for the patch video that I made was it 2 weeks ago? Whenever this was implemented, I actually did it, and that was the first time that I did it with Rocket, and I just breezed right through it. Not a problem. And like last time, if I had been paying closer attention, I would have done it really easily then as well. Because, like, if I had just watched Red Skull a little bit more closely, I was really close to taking him down. And I mean, same thing right now. Like, the aggro is on all of my summons, so I can just hang out over here for a little bit. You know, just on occasion dropping some gravity mines and plasma cannons. Occasional nuclear arsenal. Sorry, nuclear. Yeah, see, and that's what I mean. Like, just amongst builds. If you have a gun or rocket, then you have a lot of trouble with this. Because you're not made for it. It's just ridiculous. So ridiculous. You see, I got my fancy summons. See, I'm so cool with my fancy summons. Ah! See? And that's what happens when I stop paying attention for like 2 seconds. So I can still very much die in this. Sorry, get defeated. But at the same time, if I pay at least remotely close attention, then I'm pretty okay on my rocket. Although, do keep in mind, I am pretty decked out with him. Without a doubt. I could pretty easily do a Genosha if I ever got a chance to do one. Because I still want to make a guide for it. And I've only ever been through it on testing. So a lot of stuff changed, unfortunately. That second fight is the worst. But anybody who's done it knows. And I do apologize that I'm not paying attention to the chat now. I just want to make certain that the same thing doesn't happen again. Ah, see, I think that was the attack that he took me out with last time. I don't like that he's smart enough to run away from my turrets. I do not approve. Bugger. Ow, 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 ow! The big giant robot! Get the big giant robot! Go, Groot! Really, Groot? You run into the median? Really? You gonna be like that? Stop shooting the dude in the bubble! Whoa, what the fudge? Okay, I was out of range of that telegraph thing. Man, whatever. Psh. F you, Cosmic Trial. F to the U. Let's see. Really? You thought that it was fair the first time, General Osif? That's insane. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Ugh, terrible. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and roll and see who won. Alright, Scooge! You win the boost of boostingness because boosts. I'm going to go in again while I wait for you to say what's what, because this is really making me upset now that I can't beat this, and it's absolutely ridiculous, and I hate Red Skull. Him and his stupid telegraphed attacks. It's awful. It should make you all feel great. Just like when I try to PvP. It should make you feel amazing at your awesome skills. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. Look at my stuff. Look at this fancy stuff that I've got. It's pretty awesome. I've got a level 80. I've got an item grade 80 fully leveled legendary. I've got this awesome Legion armor sheath that was it Jukercha I want to say gave to me? It's either Joker or Revenant, I want to say. Either way, gives me 7 intelligence. I've got a total of 30, which is like all the intelligences is. And I still get killed by stupid Red Skull. And you're going to sit here and tell me that I can't do Cosmic? Like, seriously? That's what this trial is trying to say? Like, it's absolutely insane. Ridiculous. So insane. Ugh. Now, I know that by far I'm not the best that I can be. I mean, I don't have a Cosmic insignia. I don't have a Cosmic medallion. I've only got 96 relics, and I don't have a perfect core. But at the same time, there's no reason that anything like this should be off limits to me. Although, to be fair, again, I'm kind of paying attention away from what I should be. But that's no excuse. I need magic. Somebody actually mentioned that on one of my videos. They were talking about a gear requirement instead. And I thought that it might be a reasonable idea, but the problem would come with caveats. Like what do you call gear? You know, I was thinking at most you could say something like, you have artifacts that are blessed, you have a legendary that is leveled, you have items that are like item grade 63 at least. And that's it. That's all you could really do, because beyond that, you know, you're talking like, well, do you have a Gem of the Cursed? No, you don't have a Gem of the Cursed, but you don't need one. You know, stuff like that. It would get so messy so quickly when it comes to doing a gear requirement instead. And I just think that it would be messier than it's worth, although this is clearly not any better. So I really don't know. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Ah, Sif! A Sif for Scooge. Can do. Hopefully Madam Hydra will leave me alone for a couple of seconds here. Let's see here. Scooge! And a... Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom, sucker! Yeah! Thought you could take me out, didn't you, Madam Hydra? See, if that was Red Skull, I would have been dead like 10 seconds ago. Because that's what kind of D-bag he is. I actually do not know what the highest is. Now, part of the thing you have to realize is that I am not nearly at the highest Omegas as well. I don't even have half max Omegas. And that's actually where a lot of my int comes from. So here, see? Look, see how terrible I am? I'm absolutely awful with it. But yeah, so see, I could get more intelligence from this, more intelligence from this. There's more intelligence all over the place in here. Not to mention stupid, what's his name, Apocalypse. I think he's in Mutation. Yeah, see, +5 to everything. Now, granted, you need 4,000 points, but you wouldn't need anything else. Oh, great. And now I'm not going to complete this because I'm too busy showing off all my cool stuff. Ah! Phone! Oh, come on now. Okay, seriously? This is really starting to get on my nerves right now. Alright, I'm going to ultimate just to make sure that I can take her out, because it's a total waste, but I don't care. I just want to be done with this. Oh, are you serious? Oh, no. Oh, I hate you all. I hate you all. I hate you all. Oh, this is so terrible. Oh, God, I'm going to write a letter. I'm going to write an angry letter, and I'm going to be like, Dear Mr. Developers, the Cosmic Trial is the worst idea that was in any game ever conceived by man, ever, in the history of anything. Ever. I hate you all. Sincerely, Danny. P.S. Stop it. I think that's a fairly formal, well-written letter. And also well thought out, obviously. So terrible. This is what I'm talking about. How is this so possible? No, I have to stay interactive, alternate warning. But I should probably also stop doing the, what's it called? Like, showing off all my cool stuff. See, like, look, I can be like, oh, look, armor sheath. Woo, fancy. But see, I really shouldn't do that, because I should be focused on destroying the bad guys instead. Raid fight. So I actually got out of WoW before I had any experience with like the real raiding stuff, but I was one of those guys that had the UI that was like covered in like 8 different bars. It was awful. Like, cause I had my multiple builds, cause I had my tank and I had my healer and I had my DPS hunter and I had my DPS rogue. I mean, it was awful. I got out of it when I really needed to, basically. And believe me, I really needed to. No doubt in my mind. Alright, Madam Hydra. You're a terrible person and a discredit to all things snake-like. Ah! Phone again! Help! I'm under attack! Alright, if it doesn't work this time, I'm gonna be like, what the fudge? Like, 8 different bars on Marvel? What? Really? That many? What do you do? I mean, even like the most complex builds with Doctor Strange use like 2, maybe 3, just depending on whose you use. But seriously, 8? Like, what would you do with them? I mean, to an extent, I can understand Punisher because you got to do the reload, but even that, it's not really that big of a deal. Jeez. Okay, good. You're freaking me out there, man. Alright. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm probably going to throw something out the window. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. We already talked about how I make no money. Hey, look, a mental focus headband. Wait, nope, paying attention. See, this is my problem. I don't know about having more skills. I think that if anything, that would be better. I would rather have more skills on a bar than have additional bars. I think that would just make more sense. Not only aesthetically, but functionally. I think it makes more sense. That said, I don't want my, bar going all the way across the bottom of the screen. But I maybe not twice as big. But, I mean, I think that's reasonable. I think like 3 or 4 additional, maybe even 5 would be not terrible. Alright, well, at least I'm going to do it this time. Okay, here we go. Now we got this. Oh, time for Red Skull. Anyone else care that they don't actually come in on, like, rappelling ropes? And they just sort of glide down on, I guess, jetpacks and dreams of unicorns? That's what I assume, anyway, based on how difficult the trial is. Health and mana. Yeah, shh! Jeez, man, wrong game. Chill out. Although, I kind of like the whole health and spirit thing on the bottom, just because I'm used to it now, although obviously different games do it differently. But I think the vast majority of games now do everything on the bottom. Unicorns of Love, probably. I can see the dreams of Unicorns of Love being related to everything. It's important. Everybody loves unicorns. They are, after all, the national animal of Scotland. And how can you not love that? Oh, Budgerigard.
Who the hell are you calling short?
I don't think anybody called you short, Rocket. Oh, come on. Hey, look, it's Red Skull. With 3 minutes left, that should possibly, potentially, maybe be enough. Colossus, quit punching that guy in the face. It's time to move out. Do something more productive with your life. Oh, no, no, no! Oh, not cool. Get him! Oh, come on. We got this time, right? Right? Just happen to be fat, gray, and ugly and live in Africa? Oh, I can't say that I've heard that, but I was not aware. I did hear that they were endangered, and that there was also a black version of it, which is pretty exciting. Donkeys don't have horns! Where did a donkey even come from? How does that even make sense? And donkeys don't even live in Africa! You people are ridiculous. Ridiculous. I absolutely agree with you, Evil Danny. I think that makes perfect sense to have 2 defeats. I mean, we've got it for what's it called? Hollow Sim. Like, why not have it for the trial? Makes perfect sense, and it's totally reasonable. But clearly, something being reasonable doesn't exactly mean anything. But seriously, the fact that I'm having this much trouble on the stupid Cosmic Trial with my rocket is absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely. And at the same time, I think one of Revenant's favorite phrases regarding the Cosmic Trial as a whole is basically they not only did they not solve a problem that they didn't exist, but they created a problem that people didn't even want solved. Not to mention the fact that they didn't even solve it. Oh, no you don't. Alright guys, come on. Come on, seriously? We got this time, right? Yes! Oh, it's a miracle! Good lord! That was absolutely insane. Completely unnecessary and just generally ridiculous. Woo! I can get to Cosmic! Yay! F that mess. I'm gonna go to Cosmic just because I earned the privilege for it now. Oh, the auto revives. Yep. Uh-oh, did I break it? Nope. So now is the Cosmic's broken? Okay. I was about to say, after all that work, I can't even enter into a Cosmic. Because it's broken. I don't know. I never had any issues going into the Cosmic things with like other people being there. I really didn't. I never had any problems. I never thought that like people were holding me back or anything like that. Hey, look, a Jean Grey. Shocking. I'm only here for Midtown. Wait. Madness. That's the word. It's just... And like now, if I were to face off against like the Sinister Six by myself now, then I might be in trouble. But nothing in that trial accurately represents anything that you see inside of the Cosmic... What's it called? The Cosmic Zones. It's just... It's completely insane. Okay, the Leechers... Leechers I understand. pirate courage. That I understand. But at the same time, again, I never really had a huge issue with it. I mean, I didn't really mind, because the fact is that I still got my stuff. And, you know, sometimes I was a little bit late to the parties, so I ended up getting like 1 or 2 hits on, basically just to count that I had gotten hits. So I was essentially a leecher several times. Hey, look, another rocket raccoon. Shocking. And a Magneto. So what, we've got like 4 people in here total? Oh, no, we got more than that. Look at that. Jean Grey, Jean Grey. Spider-Man is interesting. Black Widow. Black Widow, not too surprising. Invisible Woman, a little bit surprising, but not too much. I'm just saying, I never had any issues with it, but whatever. Die! Gah! I hate you all. Oh, Cosmic Midtown Fortune card! What? Oh, yeah! And a regular Midtown Fortune card. Oh, yeah!
I fought hard for this.
And I'm keeping it.
What do I look like? Drax might be able to carry this, but not me.
Boo. Oh, man, was I just that kind of douche? I was. I apologize, everybody. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be that kind of douche. What is that? Not terrible, but also not very good. Alright. Woo! A communicator. And an M-Cran. El Vomito! Actually, that one's not terrible. I'll keep that one. Alright. Hooray! Alright. So, since I got one, let's go ahead and do the Cosmic Midtown Madness Fortune Card Roulette. You guys know how to play. It's been a long time since we have. But for those of you who don't know, all that you need to do is guess what I'm going to get from my Cosmic Midtown Fortune card. Now, do keep in mind that with the Cosmic ones, they have a higher chance of getting the rares, the epic, and the super epics, which are the Cosmic Medallion, Signet of Valor, the unique item, unique with a challenge, Patrol Vest, Fred Dawson's Cap, chest of 100 Odin marks, and then the random costume and ultimate upgrade token. So put in your guesses! If you win, then you get a boost, because boosts are awesome sauce. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, really? Why you gotta be like that, robots? So yeah, see, with the Final Fantasy 14 thing, it's basically just a DPS thing. You could implement that in here by just doing something along the lines of your TTK for the boss dummies. Like, it would be something really similar, because then, you know, you get, well, but then, you know, somebody like Rocket is at a bit of a disadvantage because you don't have really high single target attack. So it's tough all around. It really is. It really is. But if you mean just in the context of, like, you're in a giant group, which seems to be more what it is, like you're in a giant group and how much damage did you actually do to the bad guys, then I can see that. But, I mean, you could do something very similar in an ARPG because, you know, the numbers are already tracked regardless, so you could certainly do that. But then, you know, people would be crying and whining about it again because, you know, some heroes just do more damage. And not only that, but then it would have to be based off of a, not even a percentage of total, because then, you know, you could potentially end up with, you know, like, if you've got 8 people, then, you know, you got 10, 10, 10, 10. And if the unique item threshold is like 80% or something like that, however they want to do it, then that wouldn't really work because you never get high enough to do that. So, I don't know. There's just all sorts of weird things to take into account for it. Let's see what else. Miss the loot explosions. Loot explosions are nice. I'm sure they'll be back. We will have all sorts of fun loot explosions and things other than the cosmic patrol zones. And I still have faith that the developers are going to do something about this terrible, terrible cosmic trial POS. Like, I have hope. I don't know, but I have hope for it. So, yeah. We'll wait until the end of this boss wave here, and after I go through all the rest of the comments, and then I will go ahead and open up the fortune card, and we will see who the big giant winner is. Well, so I guess that's a different type of leecher there as well. Who has that? The Danival, the evil Danny, as we say. Ooh, blaster turret. That's awesome. I lost my train of thought. It's something. Oh, right, other type of leeching. Yeah, that's not something that I personally ever saw. Simply because I could never rely on there being enough other people to basically take care of everything for me. And I always just wanted to do my part. You know, I didn't want to be that guy who's just like sitting around like I didn't want to do that anyway. But again, that's just me. See, like I said, I agree with Revenant. I think that the problem is just overreported, and that it was just a few people whining loudly enough that people heard it. I do not believe that there was an actual issue that needed to be solved. And certainly the Cosmic Trial was not the answer to said issue that didn't actually exist. See, I can't go to the Cosmic Trial again. Alright. Let's see what we got. We've got costume, cosmic ring insignia, costume core, medallion, unstable molecules, and Midtown signet. Excellent guesses. We will go ahead and hop right on back to Avengers Tower to do this so that I don't die again. And, well, here, I'll give you guys a little bit more time. I'll go to the stash real quick so I can drop off some of this random stuff. I'll get this. We'll slap in some of these. No! Spider-Man was an Avenger. Wolverine was an Avenger. Well, it's S.H.I.E.L.D., so it really doesn't matter. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-da-bum-ba-dum. Now, where was I putting my stuff? Here we go. And who else was holding random things? Lots of people. There you go. And then we got Rocket, whabam. And we've got Nightcrawler, whabam. All right, let's do it. Let's do it now. Look, it's a cosmic medallion, and not only that, but it's the bovine sector medallion. So I have a 70% chance for moo instead of moo. And look, Bob Testa said medallion. Is there a thing for the regular medallion? I don't even remember. Who cares? Bob Testa, congratulations, you win. What kind of boost would you like? Would you like the Riff, the Sif, or the XP boost? Your choice, good sir. But make it a good one.
Somebody's in for a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because right now the few people who are capable of passing the cosmic trial do successfully, obviously, and then once they're in the cosmic variant, then it's just like, oh my god, this is so amazing because everything is so much more efficient and you never have to worry about anything. But by the same time, that barrier is just far too ridiculous. I can't get over it. I simply cannot. I cannot, and I will not. I refuse. Je refuse. Alright. Hey, look! It's a holiday group. Okay. Alright. I like heart. Okay, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. Now where's Bob Testa? He won. He won a shiny. But is nowhere to be heard from. I'm scared. Incidentally, I am very curious. I want to see the build for the Invisible Woman here. Aww. Why you gotta be like that, Invisible Woman? You know, Yummy Meat, nobody has any idea what you're talking about. All that we know is that it's completely disgusting. And you just need to stop right now. Because it's inappropriate. And look, I missed the boss wave. Go me. I'm so awesome. Wait, don't leave. I want to inspect all your shiznit. Dang. Got him. See, look at that. So fancy. Energy 15. So see, even without me being able to see like the actual numbers, there's a 15 energy on that Invisible Woman. That's insane. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's amazing, but insane. I'm just saying. Alright. So while we're waiting on Bob Testa, and since we already did the whole cosmic trial thing again to death, even though it took me so many times, why did it take me so long? It's ridiculous. Incidentally, one of the things that I really wanted to talk about today was actually something that's come up numerous times throughout my I guess tenure of playing Marvel Heroes, and it actually came up again yesterday today, and basically that is about the supergroups, and not only supergroups but just the social interaction aspects in general. Because mostly because of my guides, people will ask me to join supergroups, and I'm just like, oh well, that's really nice of you, you know, thanks very much, but you know, I like to just stay with where I am. And for those of you who don't know, where I am is actually basically just by myself at this point. I started a group with a bunch of my real life friends. And the thing is, the vast majority of them... Hey, look, 2 uniques. Go me. The vast majority of them aren't playing at all anymore. Like, the last time they logged in was more than a year ago. So you see here, 512. Nice. But there, see, 11 days is the closest one. Everybody else is over 400. But basically, the thing is, especially now with not only raids, but the more complex raid with Genosha... What do you guys think about the social interaction, and not only that, but the sociability within the game, particularly with regard to the endgame content? Because it's gotten to the point where I feel like I almost need to join an actual active supergroup in order to get anything real done. You know, like I got really lucky with the Red Raid on Saturday, but now like I really want to do a guide for Genosha. And I just can't because the pugs are terrible, and I'm not capable of doing it because, mostly for the second fight as well, because you need the coordination. And so I'm just curious what everybody thinks about that aspect to the game. Like, do you think that it's unfair for people who want to do solo stuff when so much of it relies at least tangentially on being at least in a reasonable group? Or do you think that it's totally okay and you think that there's enough for people to play at least solo reasonably enough where, you know, you can get what you really want with pugs type of thing? I'm curious what you guys think about it. But Bob Testa would like an XP, so we'll go ahead and gift that in just a little bit. Genosha trial time, oh god. Yeah, no, that would be terrible. So see, that's what I was thinking, Revenant, and essentially what this came down to for me, and what it always comes down to, is I essentially stay out of supergroups because of my guides. Because I don't want to feel like I'm like sort of required to just share all of my stuff with everybody in a group, like without sharing it with anybody else. Not to imply that that's what would happen. I highly doubt that it would. But at the same time, I don't want to have the feeling that I might be put into that kind of a situation. And again, maybe it's just me thinking way, way too highly of myself, and really it probably is, and it's probably just a non-issue. But at the same time, I'd rather it be I'd rather it be an issue that I don't worry about than a non-issue that I'm a little bit nervous about turning into an issue potentially. So I don't know. It's a stupid thing, but for somebody like me who really does try to help out anybody and everybody, I don't want other people to feel like anything I do, or for that matter, what anybody else does, is inaccessible. Like a lot of the other guide makers don't really flaunt the supergroups that they're in, but at the same time they are in supergroups and they use supergroups very efficiently. And again, I wouldn't mind doing that for the sole reason of being able to be more efficient at what I'm doing. But I just get more and more scared every day that I'm going to have to stop living the way that I am within this game. It's unfortunate, but it's also a how did that slow down? That was weird. I'm just curious. Ended up in a super group I really like. It's LFG. Okay. So that's kind of the same experience that I had, alternate warning, is that the way that it is right now, I mean, for most of the major stuff that I want to do, you know, like Green Muspelheim, boom, easy. That's, you know, at this point, people can basically do that in their sleep. And on top of that, you can carry people that have relatively bad gear, as long as you have a decent number of people who have really solid gear. But for something like Genosha or Red Raids, you know, you can have a lot more trouble with the pugs, which is unfortunate because I feel like some stuff is not necessarily locked out for me, but comparatively inaccessible. Another good example is if I had a more distinct desire for it, which I very well may in the near future, for the PvP. A lot of times the PvP teams will be groups of 5 people that queue together because they're a group that plays all the time together. And that's part of why somebody like me really can't get into any of it. I mean, in part because nobody knows who I am in PvP, and for another thing, I don't know anybody who is. But I actually bring that up because a couple of people actually shared the video that I made on Saturday where I was playing in PvP. And a few people posted it on the PvP forums, and it actually got like some pretty hilarious reactions, which I thought was awesome. It was great because people realized that it was meant as a joke, and that I wasn't like trying to be super serious and like, oh, I'm gonna rock PvP. No, they realized that I was just doing it for fun and as like a random thing, and they were just like, oh my god, this is ridiculously hilarious and I love it. So that was really good, but it was just like the most random thing. This guy messaged me on the forums. He was like, dude, your video's like on a couple of these PvP forums. You gotta look at it. I was like, awesome. So awesome. It was hilarious. But basically, that was one of the bigger things that I wanted to try to discuss with you guys today and get your opinions on what really Sentinel's really going to be like that. Get your guys' opinion on was the grouping and specifically the super grouping aspect. Another touchy aspect to that I know is people wanting the ability to do things with the supergroup, and that's a terrible way of putting it. What am I trying to say? Supergroup specific features. So you know, like shared storage, like a shared exclusive hub. You know, something that you can like decorate and things like that. I know that it's something that's in a lot of other games. I know it's something that a lot of people want to have. And I think that what I'm talking about right now is basically the reason that the developers are not doing it, is simply because they don't want to have that very distinct divide between the two people. Now, I'm sorry, but I have to check these other rockets to see how close we are. So we have almost the exact same gear. I'm just saying. That's awesome. I approve. I'm going to argue that mine's better. Although they probably have like full Omegas. Or very nearly. Also, they have their big fancy cosmic medallions. I've only got my regular medallion. Whatever. I don't care. That's the other thing I need. I need the Latverian cloak thing. Da 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 circus da 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 Afro circus Afro circus Afro. Oh, I just dropped that. God, I'm such a terrible person. Oh no! Don't drop my card. All right, let's get things going again real quick. Let's jazz things up a bit. We'll go ahead and start up a boss wave roulette for you guys. So you guys know how it works. Just guess the boss wave. If you get it right, then you get a shiny gift. You get a shiny boost. Just to keep things up. Empty Midtown at level 10. Yeah, that's not so good. Revenant! Always with the doom. Always what the Doom Revenant is. Now, what are you laughing at, General Asif? Are you laughing at the Genosa trial time? Because I thought that was hilarious, too. Curious as to what they're doing. Like, seriously, why were they mysteriously surrounding that car? Let's see. Death from the Shadows. Then we have Malekith and we have Magneto. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Death from the Shadows is Lady Deathstrike. Correct? Or one of the other ninja ones. Just for the sake of figuring out what's still available. Because, like, we still have the Sinister Six. We still have Mr. Sinister. We still have... Who else? We still have a bunch of people. Green Goblin is another one. We still have the Frightful Four. The Wizard. Just still a reasonable handful for you guys if you so wish to guess. Okay, good. That's what I thought. I thought it was Lady Deathstrike. Dun, 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 dun. And Scooge saying the Wizard. You guys got about 40 seconds left before the timer is done clicking down. Boom, 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 boom. Sinister Six for Bob Testa. Incidentally, thank you for saying Sinister Six instead of just Sinister, because then we always get confused on, well, I meant Mr. Sinister. Well, I meant the Sinister Six. Blah, blah, blah. It's very complicated. Fred Savage in Midtown. That would be scary. But he is the greatest actor of all time. So, I'm just saying. Wait, what? Somebody's talking about scamming? What? Hang on. I'm so confused. Hey, look, it's the Brotherhood of Mutants! Aw, man, see, I miss all these cool, like, dramatic conversations in the fancy trade channels. Oh, wow. But Lizard for Avengers Visual? That's terrible. Oh man. But somebody won. General Asif won. Yay! Gibson Game. You are absolutely correct, Gibson Gaming. No doubt. And just think of it this way. It could be much worse. Because in this game, you actually only see your own loot. Just imagine if it was like Diablo 2, where everything with the loot was shared. Then it would be ridiculous. This is just like a normal day in Cosmic Midtown Manhattan. Well, it is Monday, so we have the Midtown Madness chests, but still. Incidentally, speaking of Midtown Madness, and I can't remember who it was. Was it Alternate Warning who mentioned being in an empty Midtown Manhattan? Have any of you all present tried out the story mode for the sole purpose of leveling? Anybody? Anybody? So it's interesting. When I did my video on it, I actually was very, very successful at doing story leveling. Obviously, right now I don't need it because I've got all my heroes leveled. But being able to only do one round of the what's it called, the quests is obviously so much nicer than it ever could be otherwise. What do we got? M-Cran. Ah! Stupid bifecta. Piece of junk. I'm gonna open this. Really? 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 Gonna be like that? Nice! Playing as Magneto too. That's a good reason to pick him. But you gotta tell me what you want. What boost would you like? Rift, Sif, or XP? Are there gear sets? No! There are not gear sets, Gibson. So if you're referring to gear sets like in Diablo 2, where you would get the gear, like the complete set, and then you would have like the glowing aura thing around you, there isn't anything like that. Just like with any ARPG, though, you still have like the best in slot stuff, though. Where, you know, obviously certain items are better than others, without a doubt, and that's regardless of what game you're playing. But as far as, you know, the distinct sets of specific gear types or things like that, no, we don't have those. Basically just hoping for the best. Alright, and I believe General Osif said a Sif, so we'll go ahead and get that sent out. To the General. No! Did I ever gift Bob Testa the thing? I don't remember. Bob Testa, you'll have to be honest and tell me if I gave you the thing. Because I honestly don't remember doing it. And if I give you 2, then it doesn't really matter. But I honestly do not remember. Now let's see. General. General, are you online, General? There, yeah. Oh, you're the one. Oh, man, no. See, I should teleport to you just to be that guy. And then I'll just be like, yo, what up? See, watch. Ready? Ready? See? Can I? Oh, see, I can't teleport to you. Psh. Wait, is that you? That wasn't you, was it? It is you! Holla at you, boy! Yo, what up? You and your fancy Magneto. Well, regardless of what I said about the story mode earlier, it doesn't matter because Midtown Madness on a Monday still blows anything else out of the water. As far as the BIS items, it really depends on exactly what they are, because some items are boss specific, but others are not. So, for example, with Rocket Raccoon here, I've got the minigun, the control matrix, and the turret control device, and those 3 are just regular, unique items that are specific for Rocket Raccoon, and they can drop anywhere. So you see, I've actually picked up a decent number of other ones as I've been playing. But the other 2, those are actually specific to certain bosses. So Sinister's Bioengineered Curious, that's specific for Mr. Sinister. Hey, look, a Cosmic Curse Medallion. Go me. So this is specific for Mr. Sinister. You can only ever get it off of him. Same thing for the Spear of the White Gorilla Tribe. For that, you can only get it off of Man-Ape in whatever form he takes. The same thing with the artifacts. Certain artifacts will only drop off of certain bad guys. For example, Curse, who we just defeated, drops the Gem of the Cursed. And, you know, Dr. Doom has the Hand of Doom. And, some other random ones. Juggernaut has Black Tom Shillelagh, amongst several other things. And it really just depends on your hero as far as what's BIS. But more often than not, you'll be looking at least some exclusive items in order to get true bis for whatever hero you're playing as. But regardless, it's probably going to take a lot of hunting to get it all. Oof. Ooh, advanced regalia. That might be decent. Let's see. See? That guy. He knows what's up. Standing in the corner, dropping his stuff. Because that's the nice thing. So, see, here's a good example. I've got a Latverian regalia at 27.3% summon ally damage. This one is 26.2. Not very good. Well, it's worse than what I've got right now, basically. But you can see it goes all the way up to 28 potentially. But, yeah. Oh, man, I fail. Totally fail. And look, it's Ninja... Oh, it's Ninja Biscuit! I'm sorry, I couldn't read your name because it's in like a really, really light green font. So I couldn't read it. Alright, so here, let me scroll back up here. Okay. Bob Testa. I am fairly certain that I did not give Bob Testa the gift that he is owed. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. And again, if I already did it, then now I did it again. So go you. Woot. But yeah, so Gibson Gaming, alternate warning has a good point there. If you can't defeat the bosses for whatever reason, then obviously you can't get it. But that's why the terminals are so helpful for many, many, many of the items. The other thing is that a lot of best in slot items are obtainable from the event vendors and also from certain vendors throughout the game. So like, see, these are event vendors. Right now we've got Operation Omega going on, which is this guy, Dum Dum Dugan right here. So you can see we've got the ghost boxes, which are actually quite terrible, and I don't recommend that you get them. But the Omega box is actually pretty good, because this has a chance to get unique items that are specific to the various bad guys of different sorts. So I'm actually going to buy one, just so I can show you what I'm talking about, and hopefully I'll get lucky. We're up all night for good fun. Alright, sorry. Yokosta here is for the armor event, which we actually just finished and actually only just came back. It was gone for a very, very long time. So this thing right here, the armor alternate reality chaos portal, is actually best in slot for a lot of summoners, if you can get a good roll on it. Same thing for the anti-reality grenade. That's really good for people who have multiple damage types. Reliquary of Rarity, those are the things I've been opening up a whole bunch. They actually get some really good stuff there. The armored costume cores are actually pretty solid. You get 1,000 defense plus 4 affixes from them. So there's a lot of ways to get really decent gear. It's just a matter of knowing where to look. So then see a bunch of various items that you can get that are all actually pretty solid. The power cells are for individual types. You got the challenge bonus tokens, which you use to actually make boss-specific artifacts once you get high enough in the game. I mean, just all sorts of options, all sorts of craziness going on. But I hope that helps. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a ramble of randomness there. But I'll get back to it in just a little bit. Let me just pop some of this stuff into my stash. How was that? It's actually pretty solid. I'll hang on to that. This one is not nearly as good, so I'll drop it. Oh, that's right. They changed it so you can't drop those anymore. Which is weird, if you ask me. Uh-oh. Oh, man, I'm running out of room! No! And I don't have money! No! What am I gonna do? All is lost!
Best there isn't.
Oops.
What? Smelling bad and gluing fur to your shoulders?
Oh, that was kind of mean. It was hilarious, but it was kind of mean. I mean, come on. I personally would never say that to Wolverine because it sounds like the stupidest idea ever. But if I were able to hide behind a bunch of, you know, blaster turrets, then I might be able to do it. No. Incidentally, we're waiting for you to be released. Alright, let's see what we get. Oh, Batroc. Ah, boo! Boo, Batroc. Boo, Batroc's boots. They're actually not bad. I was hoping for the other boots because Hood, I believe, has a really good set of boots that I really want to get for my Gambit. So I'm kind of sad. But what am I going to do? Oh, shoot. Actually, no. Those can go somewhere else. Here, Colossus. Have a shiny item. Good for you. Alright. Go ahead and reinvigorate the chat in a little bit here. Everything's dead. D-E-D, dead. But first, we'll go ahead and do this. Whoops. Yoink. Oh, are they? Oh, see, I'm just crazy. I don't even know. Either way, I got Batroc's boots. Go me. I guess I'm super cool. Or way super cooler than I thought I was. 2. Wait, I've only got 2 of those? I've only got 4 of those? What? What are these lies? Slanderous lies. This is the problem when you don't keep your stash organized. You don't know where anything is. And it just makes you look like a terrible person. Hey, look, see, I do have 5 of them. And I never use them because I'm not Gunner. Ooh, burn on all you Gunner rockets. That's what you get. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. There they are. See, I got my giant stack of credit chests. 17,500,000. Only 4? Only 4 what? I don't know what you're talking about. Only 4 what? Oh, right, me. Only 4. Yeah. Well, and see, that's the thing. It's like once you get to the point, then it's like only. All right, let's do boss wave roulette here because we got about 2.5 minutes. Let's get this going, guys. Come on, let's see that chat fly. Incidentally, I will also start up a keyword giveaway as well. Alright, so the last thing here is keyword cosmic group, or rather key phrase, right? And these will be the last 2 giveaways. We'll do them simultaneously here. So just type in cosmic group and you'll be entered for the keyword giveaway, and make sure that you put in your guess for the boss wave roulette as well. Some people can't afford $1 million. Well, yeah. And believe me, I have no illusions as to essentially how much money I have spent on this game. You guys who have been watching me for a while know how much I have spent on this game, because this at one point was upwards of almost 50,000, and I am now down to the hundreds. And before that, it was up to the 30,000s, back down to the hundreds, and then up to 50. So if you have been watching me for a good while, then you know darn well how much I have spent. Although the vast majority I've given away. But yeah, the stash tabs are a huge help, and it's mostly because this is like the only game that I play regularly now. I'll play other games on occasion, just like randomly to fill in some time type of things. Or I'll do like 6-hour marathons of The Witcher and stuff like that. But other than that, this is pretty much what I play. And I don't get to play too much, unfortunately. So, yeah. Yeah. See, Revenant knows I have basically spent all the money on MH, essentially. You guys got about 30 seconds left for both of these giveaways here. Let's see what we got. We've got Doctor Doom from Revenant. We've got Sinister Six for Herc. We've got Death from the Shadows, Lady Deathstrike from Alternate Warning. And then we've got Elektra from General Osif. And that's it. That's it. So we still got plenty of boss waves. And again, make sure that you put in your cosmic group keyword as well. Really, a Gambit managed to complete this? Wait, am I in regular Midtown? Is that what it is? That has to be it. There is no way that a Gambit beat the trial. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm just in regular Midtown. That's the problem. Freaking me out there. I was wondering why it was so easy. Look, see, nobody picked Sentinels. That's a new thing. Alright, since nobody won, we'll go ahead and just keep going until somebody wins the boss wave roll. And then at the end of that, I'll go ahead and gift away for the boss wave, do the drawing for Cosmic Group, and then it'll be time for me to leave, because unfortunately I haven't eaten, because my day was very hectic and I didn't get home until like 20 minutes before I needed to start streaming to stay on schedule here. So we'll just let it roll! Gambit in your supergroup beat it. No way. That's pretty impressive. See, I would imagine, I'm certain that every character has beaten the Cosmic Trial. But I would also imagine that the people who have beaten the Cosmic Trial with some of those heroes probably dedicate themselves fairly heavily to those heroes, depending on which one it is. I mean, like Rocket, I do dedicate myself quite a bit to Rocket, but at the same time, I didn't need to do that in order to beat it. It was not necessary. It's just that I love playing as Rocket, because he's the lazy man's hero, and that's how I like it. Alright, General Osif changing to Curse. So we still have Mr. Sinister, we still have Sentinels, incidentally, even though they just finished. We still have Wizard, the Frightful Four. Did somebody pick Magneto? I don't even know. I don't know. Right, and we currently have 7 entries for the, what's it called? For the keyword giveaway. So make sure that if you haven't done that, you go ahead and do that. So we've got Alternate Warning, General Osif, Herc, Retro Zero. Good to see you, Retro Zero, by the way. Revenant, Scooge, and Yummy Meat as the people currently in the giveaway for what's it called? The thing, the keyword. And see, this is perfect timing because I finished my shared quest, get to finish up my giveaways. It's good timing. Good timing. Didn't plan it whatsoever. Just worked out quite well. Hey, look, a unique. So see, who was it? Was it, I don't know if you're still here. Gibson Gaming. I don't know if you're still here, but this is an example of an absolutely terrible unique. A lot of any hero uniques are decent. Some of them are amazing. Some of them are terrible. This is a terrible one. The Facet of the Unipower. It is an absolutely awful, awful unique. Oh yeah, see, Matt, the Omega thing is really big too. I think that is one thing a lot of people tend to underestimate when it comes to not only the Cosmic Trial but also like raids and all that, all the endgame content as well. Because I'm having, even me, I've got what, like 2,500, and just from the Omegas, I've got, jeez, I don't even know how much. Let me take a look here. So I've got the summon ally damage, which is big, and then I've got 3, 9, 10 intelligence just from Omegas. When I've got like a third of the total possible. I mean, it is not something that should be discounted whatsoever. But I know a lot of people really underestimate it. And I know, yes, I am absolutely terrible, and I have, like, no Omegas. I need to go and get Omegas. It's just terrible because I have to, like, work so much. It's awful. And also, since we're nearing the end, as a reminder, on Saturday, I will not be here. I will not be able to stream. But on Wednesday, I will be doing one. I'll be doing a Marvel Heroes stream on Wednesday. And maybe potentially making something semi-regular, but more than likely not. Wednesday will probably serve as the official makeup day if I miss either Monday or Saturday. So just be aware, Wednesday I will be streaming. Wednesday. Hey, look, a costume core. Hopefully nobody just dropped it. Somebody probably dropped it. Alright, we got like 10 seconds left, so not much. Now, what time? So, alternate warning, it's going to be about the same time as this one. The Sinister Six. I'm pretty sure somebody said Sinister Six. Herc! Herc said Sinister Six. Huge congratulations to you, Herc! But yeah, so it's going to start around the same time as this one. As this one did, which is right around 4 o'clock Pacific time, and probably do the same thing, go for about an hour and a half or so, maybe closer to 2 hours, just depending on how chatty and discussion-y everything is. So like on Saturday, everything was like super hardcore with discussion and like trying out new things, and just everything just sort of fell into place. Incidentally, if anybody has a super group that would be willing to take me on an adventure of Genosian proportions on Wednesday, I would be not only eternally grateful, but would be more than happy to do it on the live stream. Just for anybody who wants to see a Genosha raid. Because I know how to do it, I just can't. as I said earlier today. Oh, wow. Rank to energy powers. I think that's the first time I have ever gotten an insignia that had some kind of plus to powers. And that makes me kind of sad because it's only to energy. Although it's actually pretty good for Rocket. Just not as good as my Groot. Although my Groot's pretty terrible. I need a much better Groot. Nobody saw that Groot. Stealing Spotlight from Hulk Hogan. I did see that. Roddy Piper. It's terrible. So, like, when I was a kid, I never really watched wrestling. I was not one of those kids. But I knew plenty of people at school who absolutely loved wrestling and watched it essentially religiously. So I was certainly aware of him. But, I mean, it was just, yeah, it's total shock. I mean, these people, same thing with, what's his name, Iwata, the president of Nintendo. You know, he died just, what, like a month ago now, right about? Maybe a little bit longer than that. And, I mean, he was only in his, like, mid or late 50s, something like that. He was comparatively very young. It's just, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's really sad. On all counts. I don't know why I'm picking up shield med kits, but apparently I am now. I don't want base mental damage or critical damage. Alright. Alright, so Herc would like a Sif. I'm going to go ahead and do the roll for Cosmic Group, and the winner is Retro Zero. Congratulations, Retro Zero. You are the winner of the keyword giveaway for the day. Ooh, look, it's a Juggernaut Fury itself. While we're waiting on Retro Zero, we'll go ahead and take a look at Juggernaut because he looks awesome. Totally awesome. All right, so I will go ahead and gift Herc the Sif as requested. Herc is online. Look at that, level 1 Ghost Rider. I hope that's not accurate. You gotta get your stuff on there, man. Come on. You gotta get moving. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, so pretty. So cool. So angry.
Is that thing space-worthy? 'Cause I'd like to show it to
So-
a couple friends.
It's weird because his biceps look like Colossus biceps. Like literally the same texture. Aw, Retro Zero, why you gotta be like that, man? Retro Zero. All right. Rerolling costume affixes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Herc. That's terrible. All right, here we go. And the winner is a big, giant, shiny, and new one of these. Hey, look, Rarity was the closest one. You get a Rarity boost. Yay! Congratulations, Retro Zero. Congratulations. You are the big, giant winner. And like I said, with that, unfortunately, that's going to have to do it for me. But remember, will not be streaming on Saturday, but will be here on Wednesday. Wednesday at the same time, starting at approximately 4 o'clock Pacific time. I will most likely be doing the same thing, going about an hour and a half or 2 hours. If you guys have like all sorts of the cool discussion and random groupings and all that kind of thing, then I will happily stay on longer. But unfortunately, right now, I actually just really need to go and eat because I'm very hungry. But it was great, as always, having you all here. Thank you so, so very much. I hope that you all enjoyed it, as always. Or, well, I always hope that you guys enjoyed it. But with that, thank you again very much just for being here, because without you guys, I would just be some weirdo talking to a TV. So thank you all very much, and I hope to see you on Wednesday and every other day after that as well.